So if you drive up here, it does that. But did it actually get anything out of this? Do we need to configure the route? I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go back and we'll build the other one and we'll get everything set up. I'm trying to find a natural place to put the truck station where it doesn't look ridiculous, but I don't think that's possible. I think it's just going to go there like that. And then we have to connect from here to there. Which one of these is the input? I think these two are the inputs. Because, and I'm basing that entirely off of this one having arrows pointing outward. And these don't. Right? That's what I'm thinking. See, this also has arrows pointing outward, meaning that that's probably going out, and then that's also going out, so let's just try to hook this thing up. We got a conveyor belt, but I don't want to do a conveyor belt. I want to do an advanced conveyor belt. Can you set that as the default option in the... Oh, you can. You can bind them. I noticed that there for a second. Obviously didn't do it, but that should be accepting coal. And then we want it to be set to loading, so that's correct. Power is necessary for this to operate, of course. Everyone knows that. I gotta go back and get an iron rod. I'm going to go ahead and maybe start recording path. So it's recording. I have to be super precise here, because if I mess up, every time it runs this path, it is also going to mess up. But this seems like an ideal path. There's not a lot to get in the way of it as it's traveling along this route. And it looks like it can get over here without, you know, hitting anything and flipping upside down. So there we go. And then do I have to do the path again? I guess so. I guess it's a round trip sort of thing. And then it brings us all the way back to the start. So we will finish recording. Nice. So we've got the path. So if I get in there and I put it on autopilot, enable autopilot. Autopilot, yes. Is it going to go? We can hide the path. We can clear the path. Start recording, cancel. I've got autopilot enabled, but it doesn't want to autopilot. I don't know why it doesn't want autopilot, but it doesn't want to. Is it because I'm inside of it? If I got out, would it start going by itself? Let's find out. Oh, good gosh, no! Ah! What? What? How? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. But okay, sure. You know what? Sure. You know what? Is it gonna make it this time? Oh my gosh, it's booking it along pretty quick without me. Good on it. Let's disable autopilot for now. And I'm going to keep using it for a little while. We are running out of fuel, both here and at home, which means we need to get coal up and running as quickly as possible. In fact, production over here has ground to a halt. Production everywhere has ground to a halt, as we are all out of fuel in one of these machines. And that's caused a big oof. Why is one machine being out of fuel causing such a problem? Clearly you're overloaded. What's your problem? Are you also overloaded? Alright, we're gonna have to reconfigure this, as I thought that we would eventually. Let's disconnect from here, and we will instead hook you into there, so all three of them will be shared now. You're gonna need to get power from somewhere. Can't get it from this post, because it's maxed out. Where's the second nearest post? Is way the heck over there. So, as little sense as it makes, there you go. Now we'll split the fuel between the three of them, and Bob's your uncle. Can I create conveyor belts? Yes, I can. And we can take our tractor back. Maybe now, maybe at long last, Operation Coal is ready to take off. Hey! Now that we've got power, it's automatically loading up. Look at that. So, inside of here now, we should have... How do you check the... Nothing. I gotta go back now. Determine why there's no power. What the heck happened over here? You were all running fine. What's the... What? Pull lever to reset fuse? We have a massive amount of capacity between the three. How did this... Okay, we're going to have to take a look at consumption here. We're looking at 48. That's not much. We must have hit a peak at some point that caused the whole system to trip. But what peak? You know, can we just go ahead and build the coal generator? Is that under power? I guess we have a coal generator. Produces a massive amount of energy. Plop that up there. Let's get what we need for this thing. Should I put the coal power plant over here next to where the coal is going to be delivered? Yes, I should. That makes the most sense. Instead of conveying it from here over to where all the other generators are, dropping it down right here makes infinitely more sense. Until I got a look at the size of it. It is very large. It is extremely large. We'll put it right here next to the space elevator. And it looks like it's going to build into a power line, but that's never bothered power lines before. Now we need to pump in coal. I guess we can use just a regular old conveyor belt for that. Right into there. Alright, baby, alright. Yeah! Now we just need to get coal. I can throw some coal in there manually, because I've got some coal on me. Is that just going to start... Is it producing power? Power shard. Mucus from... Oh, okay, yeah, we can overclock it if we wanted to. Gotta hook it up, though. Gotta hook it up. I'm still sketchy on how power systems work in this game, but I believe you can just hook it into any one of these power lines, and it should just sort of integrate itself with the rest of the system. We should be good now. Let's take a look at our graphs. Look at that capacity. 110 consuming 20, 30, 36, 36, 39, 44, 44 peak. 48 peak. It doesn't matter, because you know what? We are producing enough power now between all of our generators. I would like to get another coal generator. I'd like to start phasing out these biomass generators, because we don't have that much biomass, and I don't want to go collect more of it. We got to see if we can get this thing working, though. So I'm going to open it up and put it on autopilot. And then get back out. Is autopilot enabled? It is. Oh, no! Why does it do these things? Why? Come back here. Come back here. It seems like you gotta get it on track. Otherwise, it'll just... Oh, now it's out of fuel. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it right here on the path. Then I'm going to get out and leave it to do its thing. Should we follow? We should follow it. We need to follow it and make sure it doesn't get into mischief. But my gosh, it is fast. Presumably, we can make 2 of these. And we can always have 2 of them going back and forth in the same route. They might run into each other, though. I don't know if they're clever enough to avoid one another. I would have to maybe create an entirely different route for the other one to take. And if there's any crossover, they might take each other out. I don't know that that's a thing that can happen. I don't know a lot about this game. This is a topic we've discussed before. I'm just instinctively collecting more biomass. So, look at that. It's getting loaded. And... It's just staying there while it gets loaded, I guess, is what's happening? It's hard to tell from here. Oh, here we go. If it can get itself turned around, it looks like it's stuck. Is it stuck? No. Front wheels are turning. It's trying. It's really trying. This is my fault. This is my fault. I mapped a poor course. We're going to have to go correct it. It's out of fuel. How are you out of fuel? You have coal in your inventory. Okay, now that it's fueled up, it's doing fine. It did just almost back off of the map. I need to rethink this whole setup here. Maybe we need to make all of this a platform. I managed to make 2 additional platforms before encroaching on this thing's territory. We might have to take that down, get it moved out of the way, and then build several more platforms. It made it back. To be fair, it did make it back. Let's see what it does now that it's back here. Maybe these platforms are going to get in its way now. I'm just worried it's going to roll backwards off of the world. That's all I want to avoid. Does this thing get fully filled up? I haven't noticed. Let's check inside of here. Oh, it doesn't really have all that much in here to begin with. And there it goes. It's taking that one load with it. Or maybe there's more in there and I just didn't realize. Come back. We'll never know. I see you have to put fuel in the fuel spot to fill up the vehicle. I was hoping it would be clever enough to know that coal is required for a vehicle and that I wouldn't have to put that in there, but I see that that isn't the case. maybe what you have to do, maybe that's why there's two inputs. One is for pumping things into the... That doesn't... Well, maybe. I guess we could create a split off of this and feed some into here, but that might not be what that is. Oh, yep, here it comes. It's coming back. I'm gonna widen this bridge out a little bit. I suppose I'm content enough with what I've done here to leave it for now. I might need to come back at a later date and reconfigure some of this. I'm sure at some point we'll learn how to move rock. That's gonna be a useful thing. I need a second tractor, not for automation, but for me personally to have something to ride on. I think we're good now, though, to discontinue some of this excess power generation, because we're not consuming enough power to justify running all of these, and it's a waste of fuel to have them all running when we're not consuming that much power. So I say we'll get rid of this one for now, and then probably leave this one up but not running, because right now with just this and the coal generator running, we're pushing something like 90 megawatts capacity, and consuming nowhere near close to that. It's easier to keep one of these fueled up, and then I think we're going to be good on coal. I think that the truck is doing a mighty fine job. Why are you not... Yeah, this thing has more coal than it can consume at the moment. If you take a look inside of here, we're building up a stockpile of coal, and I have to come over here periodically, I guess, and do this, unless there's a way for me to... Again, one of these might be for the truck. Possibly this one. It's a bit different. It's a bit set off from the side. Should I try it? Look, before we go, let's give it a try. We'll take down this conveyor belt, and we will throw down a conveyor, not a merger, but a conveyor splitter, maybe right here. Can I line it up? How close can I get it to right there? That's ridiculous. There's no need to do that. We'll put it down right there. That'll do just fine. I think we can get away, because we're not consuming as much coal as we're getting delivered. I think we'll be fine to do that. And then if I pipe that over to here, we should start getting coal going over there. And then let's look inside of here and see what happens. We'll take all of that out and see. Does it just start routing coal from inside back? Oh, yeah, okay. It did it. Yeah, all right, sweet. So that's exactly what it's doing. It's taking the coal out and pumping it over here into this separate chamber to use as fuel for the vehicle. The vehicle hasn't come back, and it might be out of fuel. So it's possible we need to go put one of these in over on the other side too, because if it runs out of fuel over there, then it can't come back and get more fuel from here. Oh no, look, there it goes. Here, it's coming back. And now I'm driving it. Not what I meant to do. I guess it is, though, because I just wanted to take a look inside of it and see how much fuel it had. Do you think I could hop off here while it's doing its fueling and get a look inside of there? Okay, it's full. It's full. I guess it just got filled up here now. I don't think we'll worry about it on the other side. I don't think it's a problem. And I suppose if we wanted to, we could overclock the coal generator. Since we have such an excess of coal, why did our capacity drop? Why did it drop from 90 to 70? You're still running, aren't you? Yeah. You're still going. Interesting. I wonder why that happened. Because you produce by yourself 20. Oh! I thought you produced 40 for some reason. Right. It's still fine. We're still not consuming enough power for that to become a big issue, but what I was going to say is we could overclock it. Let's do that. So that's going to need one of our green slug friends here, which seem to be in limited supply, and is that it? Power shard? Where did I get a power shard from? Mucus from the power slugs compressed into a solid crystal-like shard. It's under the impression that... Oh, wait, no, that's what I'm making. Right. Power shard. We made one. Let's see what a difference it makes. I think it'll probably increase consumption of fuel. I don't know if it's going to make it more... What does it say it's going to do? Radiates strange power. Drop it in there. Clock speed, 100%. And then I guess we can manually set it to go a little bit higher. So maybe 115%. So our capacity went up. Our consumption went up too, though. Is this... This is sort of messed up here. I don't know why. Efficiency. How efficient the production is compared to the current max production speed. Oh, so we can adjust it down too. I hadn't noticed this slider before. If we wanted to make it super efficient so that we are not consuming or producing more power than we're using, we could drop it right on down to, well, too low. We can drop it right on down to too low. But with this in here, and this isn't a permanent upgrade, looking at it now, we can take it out if we want to. We could crank up the power to as much as 150%. And we might end up doing that. It will consume the coal faster, but I think we're doing fine on coal. I don't think that's something we need to worry about. And we could do it right now. If we run out of biofuel, which we will soon because I'm done collecting leaves, I'm not going to produce any more. But when that happens, when we run out over here and we lose the additional 20, we can just crank this thing up a little bit, have it produce a little bit more power. In fact, 150, if we crank it all the way up to 150, it's going to be producing this plus that plus 5, because this produces 50 megawatts. I'm assuming MW is megawatts. That produces 20 megawatts, so that's where we get our 70 megawatts. At 150 power, though, this will, if my math is correct, and I don't think it's failing me, this will produce 75 megawatts, so it'll be doing its job and the other's job, and we might produce a second coal generator. That might be useful, because how are we doing? What happens, here's a question for you, when this thing fills up on coal, which I'm sure will inevitably happen, then what? What do you do? Do you continue to run automatically by yourself, even when there's nothing to be collected, or there's no place for it to be delivered? Should we start outputting it to a storage container, is my question. Because if we put it into a storage container, right out of here, and then go from the storage container to here, it would allow us a little bit more storage space. Now, this is already a lot of storage space. I'm not sure if we really need that. You're not running anymore. Why aren't you running anymore? What is your situation? Is this because I got inside of you earlier and was taking a look inside of... Let's hop in here and let's see if autopilot... Autopilot is still enabled. Autopilot active, no. Oh. Autopilot active, yes. Maybe that's the situation... Well... It should be going. Autopilot active, yes. Oh wait, the path is gone. Oh, did I accidentally delete the path? I bet you I did. Dadgummit, I bet you I did that when I was chasing it down. At some point, I might pave the path all the way from the base back to here. So this thing has a bit of an easier route, and I don't have to worry about it clipping off of a rock and flying into space. But I think that this path is probably good. Finish recording. And then autopilot enabled. Should continue on by itself. It's certainly doing something. What? I don't understand the decisions it makes in autopilot, but folks, I think that we're done here for today. I hope you all have enjoyed this. We didn't get around to my iron plans. I didn't get anywhere close to my iron plans. But we had some fun. We got coal power up and running. Pretty consistent coal power now. And we've got a lot of things to look forward to in the future. So thank you all for watching, however many videos this was. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!